I'm Senator Bob Huff. Thanks for joining me for my Capitol comment for the week of June 15th, 2015. Less than one day after passing a sham budget loaded with billions in additional spending, legislative Democrats announced an agreement with the governor on a spending plan for the next fiscal year that begins in July. Democrats essentially abandoned the $2.3 billion in additional spending they had wanted, choosing to go with the more responsible spending plan the governor unveiled last May. The governor did agree to some modest increases in spending, including $265 million to fund 7,000 additional preschool slots and 6,800 child care slots. The governor also approved an additional $97 million for California State University to expand enrollment and focus on increased success. But most of the spending hikes that legislative Democrats wanted were abandoned under this agreement. This proves that the budget vote that took place last Monday was nothing more than a protect your paycheck drill, where the legislature was required to pass a budget bill to meet a constitutional deadline of June 15th. Legislators will be voting on the budget, the real budget, this Friday. The governor also announced that he's calling the legislature into two different special sessions. One of these sessions will deal with fixing our roads, highways, and bridges. The other session will deal with health care. It's clear that the governor is still looking for ways to address California's crumbling infrastructure. His own Department of Finance says our roads need $58 billion worth of work. The California Transportation Commission finds that nearly 90% of California's counties have an average pavement rating of at-risk or poor. What also became clear during the governor's news conference this week is that he's willing to entertain the thought of new taxes or fees to pay for this work. This is a departure from promises that he made in his first term in office, where he vowed he would not raise taxes without a vote of the people. When he was asked this week if he would support new taxes without a vote of the people, the governor called it an open question. Given that the state of California receives $14 billion in unanticipated tax revenues, it's difficult to understand why the governor or legislative Democrats would want to raise taxes. Isn't $14 billion in extra money enough to divert some to transportation purposes? While Senate Republicans are open to working with their Democrat counterparts on these problems, we insist that the legislature and the governor stop stealing money from transportation to pay for other things. It's all a matter of how you prioritize state programs and the funding they receive. I'm Senator Bob Huff. Thanks for joining me for my Capitol comment.